Happy Easter everybody, apart from King Charles. Because this guy won't even do a video celebrating Easter and he's meant to be the leader of Christianity. Now he got booed on his way to church this morning. And good on you guys, whoever was there. Let's get into this. I really wish we can get Queen Elizabeth back immediately, but I'm afraid we can't guys, so we're left with this guy, King Charles. He's not my king, and by the looks of it, he's not these people's king either. Now this is what's going to happen when you don't put British people in your country first. And it's the reality, people are starting to wake up. And I think this might be the end to the royal family. And he's not my king either. Now guys, this is the reality of England. People are not happy with this guy. And look what this woman's got to say. She really broke it down. Let's have a listen.
Charles needs to be removed from his position as king in this nation, and he needs to be replaced with someone that can actually uphold and not neglect and breach their duty as the defender of the Christian faith in this nation. Repeatedly, this man has denied and breached and neglected and gone against and trampled upon the Christian faith and upon his duty and role to be the defender of the Christian faith, of which he put his hand on the Bible and swore to do when he was installed into his position as king of this nation.
It's obviously clear at this point that King Charles does not care about Christianity, because I still don't understand why he can't just do a simple Easter message. Even Sadiq Khan did it.
Happy Easter to all those celebrating this weekend, in particular our Christian friends here in London and around the world. And let's not forget, amid eggs and Easter bunnies lies an important message. The story of Jesus' resurrection teaches us that no matter how bleak the situation, hope is always just around the corner. We can all take inspiration from the life and lessons of Jesus. He taught us to love our neighbours and refuse to cross the road whenever we encounter injustice. Jesus' spirit lives on today in the millions of Christian Londoners, including many in our Catholic communities who serve, support and strengthen our city. And as me, I want to say thank you. Thank you for everything you do to make London a kinder, more generous and more compassionate place. I hope you have a blessed Easter.
Yeah, so that's Sadiq Khan blessing all the Christians in Britain a happy Easter. But the one and only the king, the leader of the faith, can't do this. But I'll tell you what he can do though. In Ramadan, he can definitely give a message to the Muslims. Let's have a look, guys.
Ramadan Mubarak. The Quran says, God does not burden any soul with more than it can bear. Assalamu alaikum.
So this is the king of Britain. Yep, that's your king, not my king, guys. He's not my king. And he can't do a simple message on one of the holiest days in the year. That's ridiculous. But let's continue and see what this woman has to say.
He has let this nation down, and he has ushered in the spirit of Islam into this nation in a greater way. And this man needs to be removed and replaced. I'm not even now being polite about this. This man needs to be removed and replaced. And I say this, it's about time the British people start protesting the king. It's about time we start doing that. Holding him to account, protesting him, calling him out for his neglect, breach and denial of his role as the defender of the Christian faith.
So it's gotten to a point where people are considering to protest the king. And I think in Britain, we do need to stand up for ourselves a bit more. In France, when they don't like something, they protest. And in America, they do the same. But Britain, we don't really do that. And if we want to change here, we need to stand up. Now, here's a video that the royal family tried to abandon and abolish online, but the people still managed to get it. Take a look at King Charles and what his values are.
This, then, is why the wisdom and learning offered by a sacred tradition like Islam matters. And if I may say so, why those who hold and strive to preserve their sacred traditions in different parts of the world have every reason to become more confident of their ground. The Islamic world is the custodian of one of the greatest treasuries of accumulated wisdom and spiritual knowledge available to humanity. It is both Islam's noble heritage and a priceless gift to the rest of the world. And yet, so often, that wisdom is now obscured by the dominant drive towards Western materialism, the feeling that to be truly modern, you have to ape the West. To counter that tendency, I have done what I can with my School of Traditional Arts to nurture and support traditional and sacred craft skills, not least those of Islam, because they keep alive a perspective that we sorely need, even though short-term fashion deems them to be irrelevant. The geometry and patterning that is taught at the school is the basis of the many crafts that have been all but abandoned in many parts of the world.
Now people are starting to say behind closed doors, King Charles might be considering turning to a Muslim. But here is him trying to slowly and, very precisely weigh out why Christian faith is not relevant anymore. And he's meant to be the head of this. Yeah, this guy, I don't know what's wrong with him. Queen Elizabeth, if you're looking down right now, please talk to your son. Please talk to him and, get him in check.
Died of the wall monarchist, as was my father, and my father before him. We've held your mother's commission and your grandfather's commission in military service. And we listened patiently to your support for Islam through Ramadan. But I remind you, you are head of the Church of England, and that is a very critical role for you, which you don't seem to understand. And I'm not sure whether you're fully mentally well or not. If you're not, I wish you well. But it seems to me you have no real deep Christian faith, and neither does your son. Presumably you had a hand of bringing him up. This is a very important constitutional role as a Christian. And it now seems you're not going to give an Easter message, which I think confirms what many of your subjects have believed for some time, that you have somehow embraced the Islam faith. And that's not a problem as far as I'm concerned. I'm a libertarian. You must embrace whatever faith you think appropriate, but not as king. Not as king. You must abdicate. And I would suggest similarly that your son must not take the throne, because it seems to me you do not understand what your role seriously is. You're one of the richest men in the world, and you have a reputation, I could possibly comment on it, of being one of the meanest. What I would suggest to you is that you abdicate and get gone. Get thee gone.
So if Charles don't start taking some advice from his own people, then he's going to continue to get booed every occasion he attends. Yeah, it will keep happening, Charles. It will keep happening. Dark Truth Unfiltered makes you subscribe.